On June 28th, 2025, this 19-year-old pilot was flying over Antarctica when he made a terrible mistake. Ethan Guo was a young man that had two passions: his family, and he had a love for planes. In fact, he loved planes so much that by the age of 13, he took his first flight. And by the age he was 17, he actually had his private pilot's license. Now, his family was his other passion. And there was nothing that Ethan enjoyed more than just a big family gathering, aunts, uncles, cousins, and everybody just hanging out and having a great time. But one afternoon in 2021, Ethan received terrible news. Walks into his house, and as he opens the door, he sees mom and dad sitting on the couch with just a mortified look on their face. They sit him down and they tell him that his cousin, which was only a year younger than him, had just been diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma. He immediately just feels like his heart sunk into the pit of his stomach. But Ethan wasn't willing to let that be the end of it. So, fueled by this heartbreak and his passion for aviation, he vowed to make every single mile that he flies matter. So he launches this global mission called Flight Against Cancer, and he starts streaming this on social media. Eventually, he starts getting a lot of attention. He starts going viral, and not too long after, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital notices this, and they partner up with him. The goal of this mission was quite simple. He was going to be the first person to fly solo across every continent in the world. There was only one small obstacle in the mission, and that was the matter of Antarctica. There were many rumors about it, people seeing stuff that they shouldn't, secret pyramids, bases, ice walls. Some people have even mentioned a hollow earth. And this was very restricted airspace. It was clear that people just didn't want someone going to Antarctica. But you know, the law of the Antarctic Treaty made perfect sense. Any emergency landings have immunity, and Antarctica isn't governed by anyone. So as he leaves South America, something goes terribly wrong with his flight. His instruments are going haywire, so he is forced to take an exploratory route that landed him in a little island just south of South America. When he lands, he is greeted by a few men, and they just ask him a few different questions, ask him if everything was okay with his flight. And after he answers those questions, he's cleared for takeoff. However, that is where things went south. Because as he is walking towards his planes, he can very clearly see two very large men wearing black suits searching his entire airplane. When he gets closer, things immediately escalate. The men in black suits are just yelling stuff at Ethan in Spanish, and he doesn't speak a lick of Spanish, so he doesn't know what is going on, and he is terrified at this point. Not more than a minute goes by, and Ethan is in handcuffs, and he is being detained. It turns out that that little island that Ethan landed on was Lieutenant Rodolfo Marsh Base on King George Island, Antarctica. And even though he had immunity, those people who greeted him there, they were convinced that Ethan was some kind of terrorist. Whatever he was doing there, or whatever he had seen, he was up to no good. Yet they threw that entire immunity out the window, and they placed him on a 90-day travel ban while they investigate, and now he is just stuck in Antarctica. He can't even leave the facilities without being supervised by guards. I mean, it's not like he can go anywhere, but now he is essentially being held hostage in the most remote continent in the world. Which really begs the question, did he see something in Antarctica that he wasn't supposed to? And is he now being debriefed on forgetting what he saw? Or does the Navy really care that much about following aviation guidelines in Antarctica? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this content, follow for more cool stories.